Hi guys, this is Jerry. This is the all-new MG ZS EV for New Zealand and Australian market. Today is my first impression about the vehicle. We have just got this vehicle yesterday, so I've only got my hands on the vehicle about 30 minutes ago. So this is just first impression. I'll show you all the features, detailed tour, and I'll show you all the videos about the vehicle, how to control this, how to control that in the future. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like down below if you find this helpful. I'll also do a full walk around for features, how to connect your smartphone, how to go through the safety settings, everything like that on this particular vehicle. So the MG ZS EV is the new variant, new model for the New Zealand market. We have been selling the old model or old generation since 2020 in New Zealand, Australia, and it was a very good selling vehicle because the price and the availability of the vehicle at the time, and we have been waiting for this for a very long time, so very excited, 100%. And if you're looking to purchase one of these vehicles in New Zealand, make sure you contact me. My name is Jerry. I work for Abbott MG in Ormston, East Auckland. I'll leave my email address, contact details down below. If you want to go for a test drive, make sure you contact me as well. So first, I'll talk about the exterior. So from the front, there's no grille like the last generation anymore. So it's just a one panel piece with the new flash MG logo with the 360 camera. As you can see, on the last generation, we never have that. And then we have the charging port. So everything's changed. The old one used to open from here to go up. Now this opens sideways. So just like the last generation, it supports Type 2 and CCS in terms of charging. You have a nice indicator over here that lets you know what's your charging, if it's charging or not charging, stuff like that. That's definitely very handy. And open the cover just by pressing the button, just like that. It's much easy accessible. The CCS2 will support up to, I think, 120 to 140 kilowatts, something like that, maximum sort of charging rate. With the Type 2, we'll be able to charge on 11 kilowatts charger within about 6 to 7 hours on full charge overnight. In the charging information, I'll show you more information again in the future. This is a quick tour. Full LED lights at the front. So again, that's different from the old generation. We have a nice daytime running light. So this is based on the new MG ZS in New Zealand, again in Australia. 17-inch alloys on the side. So this is just the hubcaps outside basically. You do have alloys inside. So how do you say it? It looks, how do you say, it feels cheap, but it doesn't look cheap from distance, and it does help with the aerodynamic. But if you wish to change it or anything like that, I hope MG would supply some other parts to change the design or stuff like that. And then in case you scratch this, I'm pretty sure this will be very easy to replace. And Michelin tires, so this is the same as last generation, just comfortable tires, not sporty or anything like that. On the side, there's nothing special. It's very similar look as the last generation, but the headlights and all that looks different. On the doors, we have chrome parts, roof rails on the top. This is the Essence model, by the way, higher spec. Chrome door handles on the top, plus the keyless entry, and chrome surrounds underneath with black sort of paddings and under the bottom. And this is at the back. We have the same LED tail lights plus the black sort of trim cover for your reflector or fog light at the back, just like this. At the back we also have parking sensor, by the way, the tow hinge. And another cool feature about this vehicle is the old generation was never designed for towing, but the new generation will be able to take tow bars, and so the tow rating is 500 kilograms for New Zealand and the Australian market. And we got new badge at the back as well. It's sort of flash. It's not like the old one that sticks out. So yeah, overall design, very smart looking. And this is a diamond red color, by the way, but there will be 5 colors available for New Zealand market: silver, red, black, white, and blue color. Alright, let's go to the tailgate. So manual opening, pushing the MG logo over. So the boot volume is about 350 liters when it's at this level. You can also drop it down, I'll show you. So slides it down, that'll create about 430 to 440 liters boot space. So this is still very spacious for a small size vehicle. You get good length, good width, all that things. Some storage space on the wheel, just on the side of the wheel arch. And if we lift this up, we can show you the boot. So underneath we have the tire fixing kit, so there's no spare wheel on this vehicle, and the charging port that's supplied with the MG ZS EV, so that allows you to charge at home So these will take quite long, about 25 to 30 hours to fully charge, and some storage over here to put your secondary cable, stuff like that. And yeah, just a boot space, slides it down. You can take this shelf off, you can drop the seats, by the way. 3 anchor points for baby seats at the back. And menu pull down, just like that. Second row space. So this is the same size as the MG ZS or MG ZST petrol versions, and the same size as the last generation, apart from slightly higher floor compared to the petrol version, as you get the battery sort of underneath, but you get nice floor, so there's no center tunnel or stuff like that. That's very high. That's very nice. Seats wise, this is the highest spec, so it comes with a full leather, synthetic leather, by the way. And sitting on the back, I'm about 178 centimeters and about 5'8", I believe. So this is good space for me, good leg room, that's very comfortable, good space, good headroom, everything, even if this is a panoramic sunroof. And this is what it looks like. Unfortunately, we don't have the armrest on the New Zealand version. I'm not sure about other markets, but I believe the UK version does have it. But at least we have the charging port for USB-A and USB-C and air vents, so that's very handy. That's not available on the previous generation, and even on the petrol one you don't have air vents on here, so that's good for New Zealand market. And that's the front, so we get a 10-inch display at the center and a 12-inch digital display on the right hand side. I'll show you that later. Let's walk to it. So as standard, keyless entry, keyless start. You also get the smartphone control, by the way, which I showed you in the first thing of the video. On the driver's seat, we have electric adjustments. This is on the higher spec. You can also get the lower spec, so you don't you're saving a little bit money, but you don't get leather, you don't get the electric seats, by the way. And the seats, this is the same material as the MG ZST in New Zealand, nothing different. So still quite comfortable, hug you really well for me personally. And this is how the interior looks like. Start button over here, just like that. Mute the music. So steering is pretty much the same as all the MG vehicles, either HS, either ZS, pretty much all the same. Volume control on the left, adjustment for the digital dash on the right hand side, voice command and smartphone control, it's on the screen, which if you connect your smartphone. And we have the cruise control over here that allows you to use as adaptive cruise control or even speed limiter information, stuff like that. And on the right, we have windscreen wiper, automatic. On the left, we have auto lights over there, just like that. So the digital display is very nice. This is the big upgrade from the last generation. On the last generation, we only have the traditional analog, plus a small digital screen. This is definitely very helpful. So speedo and percentage power on the left and the right, that will stay permanently. But in the center, you're able to adjust all the things, either your adaptive cruise control information, land departure information, or tire pressure monitoring system, or quick set for your speed limiter, or information about your charging, about your driving, about your fuel consumption, battery consumption instead, sorry. But yeah, this is very nice. On the touch, this is all very soft touch. On the top, this is close to soft. It's not hard at all, but this is sort of in between, but this is very nice. This carries on the design on the traditional MG ZST petrol. In the center, the screen size is actually exactly the same as the petrol version of the MG ZST, 10.1 inch to be exact, but this is got all new system, everything. This is very easy to use compared to the last generation. I'll show you all the full features about this, but today we just have a quick look. You get your charging information, you get your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto if you connect it, you get your radio control information over here, you get your navigation. This is pretty much how your full menu looks like. You have quick button for your home or work address if you set it up. Aircon controls underneath, or direct buttons all underneath, or you can go into the aircon control center. It allows you to control all the things about the aircon. On the higher spec, you also get heated seats, by the way. Other than that, phone connection, we get Bluetooth, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay as standard. The Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are wired, by the way. And going back home, we have the navigation. So the navigation screen is for New Zealand standard. Again, this is much faster compared to the last generation in terms of its controls, in terms of its features, everything. This is a very big step up. music, and you got 360 camera, so that's a big step up from the last generation again. On the previous generation, on the base model, we only have the reverse sort of parking sensor, back parking sensor. Where on the higher spec, we only have the reverse camera. Now on the new one, as standard, even for New Zealand market, we get 360 as standard, so that allows you to see all the things around the car. You can press the button, go to the side, go to the back, stuff like that. You can also do a 3D. That allows you to, I think, going through the left and right, just like that. So that's pretty cool. And I think that's pretty much about the whole screen. We also get wireless phone charging over here. So hopefully that will work. There we go, picks up. And USB-C and USB-A for phone connection. This is just for charging, and the 12-volt socket over here. I will quickly show you how the Apple CarPlay looks like. And this is how the Apple CarPlay looks like. A nice full screen with all the information over here. So that's pretty handy, pretty easy to use, just like that. Also, a couple things I forgot to mention is your vehicle safety systems. In the vehicle setting, we can find this MG Pilot. So just like all the MG vehicles these days, or slightly higher spec MG vehicles, we come with a full package of MG Pilot. You have lane departure assistance or lane departure warning, traffic jam assist, which is your MG Pilot, adaptive cruise control, stuff like that, pre-collision warning, emergency braking, pedestrian automatic emergency braking, rear driving assist, that allows you to have the blind spot detection, rear sort of cross alert, and changing assist, stuff like that. Please note this is not available on the ZS EV Excite, the lower spec. This is only available on the Essence. Speed assist, that's your speed warning, so it'll pick up speed signs for you, give you speed controls if you need to. Towing mode, that allows you actually to have a slightly better towing mode, or disable the PDC and rear driving assist, stuff like that. So that's very handy. And yeah, so this is the sort of feature, that safety feature that comes with this vehicle as standard. And one more thing I forgot to mention, so underneath we have the battery pack. Obviously I forgot to talk about the battery size. So in New Zealand and Australian version, we are only having this standard range for example, compared to UK market, which is 50.6 kilowatt hour battery. The full range is about 320 kilometers once you fully charge the vehicle. We don't know if we will have the long range and the 70 kilowatt hour battery or not. At this stage, it's unconfirmed, so at least for 2022, we're not going to have the long range coming in the country, by the way. So that's just small information about the battery. And keep scrolling down, we will have the mode button that allows you to change to eco, normal, and sports mode. You get cruise, that's your regeneration sort of braking, with either level 1, level 2, or level 3. That allows you to utilize the regeneration. It doesn't pull you to complete stop, but level 3 is quite heavy regeneration. You can definitely feel that. And then you have a battery, so that allows you to go into the battery system to check all your battery health, you get your charging, stuff like that. The vehicle also offers a feature called vehicle to load. You need a special cable that discharging the battery, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And other things, gear selector, that's the same with last generation, just scroll left and right to reverse, neutral and drive, push down for park. Electric handbrake, that automatically release and push down when you put into park anyway, or go out of park. Auto hold, that allows the vehicle to hold your handbrake when you are in sort of traffic, when you come to a complete stop. Two nice cup holders, and one seems to be larger than the other. I think they're actually similar sort of information. And you get the storage over here just to cover it up, and then storage box just over here, small storage box. In terms of other storage, we get a decent glove box and a cup holder on the side, door bang, so that's pretty handy. And on the top, we also get sunglasses holder over there, just like this. And moonroof or panoramic sunroof that opens all the way with the cover. Again, this is only available on the Essence model. The lower spec, what you call the Excite, doesn't come with this, by the way. And then push just like that, opens up, that goes all the way, and just like that. So apart from this, this is a quick tour about how the vehicle looks like. We'll go on a quick test drive, just so I'm happy to look into the vehicle features, everything, see how it drives on the road initially. Let's get started. All right, let's get on the road and see how it drives on the road. Before you go ahead, please make sure to contact me if you're looking to purchase one in New Zealand, especially in Auckland. My name is Jerry. I work for Abbott MG in Auckland. I'll leave all the contact details down below, so just let me know if you want to pre-order from us. There's some waiting time, but we'll try our best to make your order as soon as fast we can. And if you're looking to own one of these, also you're interested in all the features, feature guide, everything, make sure you subscribe down below. I'll leave all the videos in the future about how to set up navigation, how to connect your smartphone, how to use the safety technology, how to use the charging, stuff like that. I'll do more videos in the future, I promise. So alright, let's get started. So first, go into gears, simply shift to the right, and the vehicle just goes, just like this. And at low speed, the vehicle also gives you the 360 view as standard on this MG ZS EV. But you can disengage that if you don't like it. That's totally fine. That's really up to you. You can set it up. I'll show you in the future as well. Alright, so on the road, instantly you feel this has a little bit better sort of road ride quality compared to the last generation. The suspension feels nice and soft. The last generation feels a little bit, you know, slightly different. As we can all see the difference on the MG ZS and ZST in New Zealand. They are completely different two cars in terms of driving, in terms of sort of ride comfort. This is definitely very quiet compared to the last gen. Not saying the last generation is not a great car. This is still plenty of car for the money, everything, but this has improved in some way in terms of its handling, in terms of its sort of just the riding on suspension. Power wise, it's still very similar, very same sort of formula compared to the last generation. There's not much major difference when you actually put the foot down. This is still fairly fast for what it offers. Because it's an EV, it's just straight response. There's no hesitation. You just put the foot down, you get instant response. So that's very nice. Again, this is just my first impression. I haven't driven this car for more than 1 hour yet. I will show you all the detailed tour in the future if you are interested. This is on normal mode, by the way. You can feel the acceleration. This is very responsive. And we are on sport. Whoa, this is fast. The initial pickup is always fast. Although the vehicle from 0 to 100 is still going to be around, say, 7 to 8 seconds. It's not something that's so impressive compared to Teslas and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure if you're driving a standard, you know, standard SUV vehicles on the market, or Japanese, Korean, Chinese sort of made vehicles, this is definitely faster than what your average vehicle will be in terms of its sort of pick up and go. And that's all the benefit of owning the EV, because you are getting this really nice acceleration. And visibility on the MG has been always pretty good, and the last generation was no exception, and the new generation was the same. There are not much difference in terms of its sort of visibility. I can see really good visibility on the right, visibility on the back, on the left. There's no problem. There's no blind spot or anything like that. The rear C or B pillar is very tiny, so you are getting very minimum sort of blind spots. This is also a good thing. A lot of people don't notice this when they drive a new car, but you definitely will appreciate the visibility when you jump in a car that has bad visibility, stuff like that. And that's pretty much come to an end of this vehicle. I hope you really enjoyed the video. And if you're interested in anything, please leave a comment down below. I'll show you other videos in the future. If you have any other requests about specific things, I'll show you as well. And please make sure you subscribe and like the video. If you're interested to purchase one of these vehicles in New Zealand, make sure you contact me. I'll leave all the information down below. Thank you very much. See you next video.